What is your opinion about the so-called comeback of the Swedish House Mafia? Whew, that's like a topic.
Are you down for dangerous things? Don't be scared. It will always be only you and I.
Hey guys, welcome to the studio. Today I'm right now just downloading all of your song contest submissions. The song contest with my exclusive Spice sample pack is over, and now I got the enjoyable task, and I really mean that. I mean, yes, it's sometimes a lot to listen to 300, 400 songs, especially when it's a remix contest, because everyone is using the same stems and it's very similar. But this time, since it's a song contest, I think there will be a lot more variety. So I can't wait to check out all of them. I will try to cover as many as I can today and just do instead for the vlog a Q&A. We haven't done one in a while. So as always, you guys just ask me something on Instagram and I try to answer it. Personal question. Hey John, I wonder where you're seeing the next 3-4 months for you personally. What your goals are in terms of releasing, producing, perhaps remixing others. Thanks. I want to focus fully on the album. The album won't be released as an album, but it's still an album. I still have like almost 8 more tracks to finish, so fully concentrating on that, and I want to achieve that the latest by February, and then have all of these songs ready for the entire next year to release them. Plan with them ahead, plan accordingly, because I think all of my past releases were suffering from me not doing the promotion right and not planning it properly. Some of them got quite big, have millions of plays on Spotify, which is nice, but I think they still might have had bigger potential if they would have been promoted properly. So next year, fully concentrating on promoting these finished songs, and of course in the background still trying to make new songs. Who are the most fake DJs in the industry at the moment? We talked about it yesterday briefly, about people faking their DJ sets and like pre-recorded sets. The most fake, I mean, I don't know all of them, but what was already really interesting, I voted myself yesterday for the DJ Mag, because I think it's important to vote to have an impact on this kind of system, because it's still the most important list for all DJs on this planet. And I was blasted with advertisement by DJs I've never ever heard from. Like nothing. I didn't even know a single person that was all around the voting system. I think around the voting, advertisement should be banned to make it more fair, but the DJ Mag just does whatever they want, and they sell these ads for like 40,000, 50,000 plus to all of those DJs, to all of those idiots that try to get in there by spending a lot of money. And really, I didn't know a single DJ on that list, and I think I'm pretty informed about the DJ scene. I think one day the DJ list will be so fake that no one will even care. I hope someone else will do a list and make it the proper way, hopefully. But the most fake, so yeah, Paris Hilton is fake. I think like DJ L faked himself into the DJ Mag Top 100. And then there are millions and millions of other DJs, but usually the ones that do it already for long and are successful and have a huge fan base usually don't fake, because they actually have some skill. What is your favorite and most hated part about the studio? I don't know if he means like being in the studio, working in the studio, or in particular about this studio. My favorite part, definitely at the moment, the secret room. It will serve multiple functions and it's like 20% finished. The thing I hate the most, definitely cleaning up. Like, this place might look like clean on camera, but trust me, the floor needs some cleaning. And it's this studio plus the A studio plus the chill out room plus the kitchen plus the secret room plus the office. So like 220 square meters of trying to keep it clean. That's not that easy. What is your opinion about the so-called comeback of the Swedish House Mafia? Whew, that's like a topic. Okay, let's try to address it in the nicest way possible. I'm a huge Swedish House Mafia fan, not necessarily of Swedish House Mafia. I like all three of them individually before they even became the Swedish House Mafia. Like Upstairs, I got all records by them, like Axwell, Axwell, all of these collaborations between Steve Angelo, Axwell, Eric Prydz. So I grew up with that music while I was starting to produce music, and my first songs were heavily influenced by them. A huge fan, very talented DJs and producers. The real deal. I think no one is saying anything different than that. But Swedish House Mafia, still good, but I didn't like necessarily the sound that much. I mean, the vocals were still really good, but it was a little bit too ravey for my taste. That they split up, okay, is fine. I think Steve Angelo wanted to concentrate onto his own project and just do something different and be a little more alone, which I can fully understand. But then reuniting again 5 years later, I think this was mostly just to make money, to be honest, because those three together are stronger than any other electronic dance music act. They separate not as much. If they're separate, they're not headlining the festivals. All three of them combined, always on top of every kind of advertisement, marketing campaign and Facebook ad and whatever that is done for these festivals. It's a business move, and what's really the biggest problem is that whoever's managing them, and also they themselves are probably responsible to some extent, they're milking their brand way too much. Like there's heavy merch going on. A lot of it is really bad quality. A lot of fans complained about it. Then there is no new music, which is actually like the worst. I mean, they're now reunited for a year or like almost a year and no music. I mean, I personally, before I'd reunite, would actually have some music already ready to present and promote with reuniting and being present again. Some IDs were played. It's not sure if it was their music, but probably it was, and some of them were good, but there's no output, and like that's really sad. I mean, it's sad for the fans, and it also, yeah, it really cripples the entire project a little, because they're now just living off the legacy instead of living on the cutting edge. So I hope there will be new music soon. I hope there will be more shows and not canceled shows. It's a little weird. I think there's some bad stuff going on in the background no one knows about. Maybe the three not getting along, or maybe not getting along with the management, or maybe some business complications, because we all know these three are very productive and make extremely good music. So I don't know what it really is, but at the moment, Swedish House Mafia, not a big fan. Next up, have you ever worked with samples from other songs? Is it difficult to publish those songs? Yes, I have, but if you sample something, do it the smart way. Pick something so small that no one can identify it in any kind of way. Don't pick a melody, don't pick a guitar riff. If you do these kind of things, you have to get permission. If you pick a kick out of another song, or maybe like one small effect that isn't like with any tone, no one will ever know, and probably the ones where you're getting it from got it from somewhere else, so that's not a problem. But if it's melodic, if it's longer, then you might be in trouble if someone finds out. How to balance a job and a music career? Yeah, that's the toughest one. Like making sure to have money and still have time to make music is like the biggest problem every starting beginner music producer is facing. Everyone that tries to turn their hobby into a career, it's not easy. I personally would do it step by step. Just try to have as much room and time available while still making sure to earn some money to sustain your living, and then just no vacations. I never ever had any kind of vacation in the first 6 years me making music. No like clothes, like try to keep everything to the minimum. Don't go out that much, don't pay like outside for food, make your own stuff, and like just restrict yourself and sacrifice a lot to have more money and also have more time at the same time, and like this way make music. And once you start making your first money with the music, just keep on doing that, and then slowly work less at the other job and make more music. And that's the only way to transition. A hard cut is usually never a good idea, because if you can't make it with the music while having a job, you will also not make it with the music not having the job, because then your problems are even higher and the risk is higher and the pressure is higher, and a lot of people won't be able to deal with it. So do the slow switch, and the earlier you do it, the easier it actually is. Do you advise producing at night? I mean, if you have a studio, yes. If you do it at home with headphones, maybe not. Maybe just for some ideas. Whenever you have a creative spark, then just go for it, make music. I produce probably 2/3 of my music at night. But since I have this studio, I'm trying to keep it to normal times, to also have a normal life and hang out with friends again and this kind of stuff. Is it better to self-release when you don't have any music out, or to start with small labels, but the small labels still have more followers than you? Yes, if the label is interested in your music, definitely go with the label. I think self-releasing can be a good thing if you know what you do, but unfortunately 99% of the people self-releasing don't know what they do. They don't have a clue about marketing, they don't have a following. So basically they just put their music up on Spotify and no one ever listens to it. And also a lot of people lack self-reflection, quality control. They release songs that are not finished. They release songs that they might regret a week later and try to pull down again from Spotify. So maybe go with the label route, because this way you also know your stuff is good enough. If someone else believes enough into your music to actually like invest money and their time to promote your music and release it, then you're definitely on the right path. Last question for today. What is the best music distribution for beginners? Because all of them are scammers. Yes, a lot of them are, because I mean, what is there? Like CD Baby, DistroKid, and all these kind of things. I mean, they work, but they don't do anything for you. You either pay them a little and get your music out on all stores, and that's it. Or you pay them a percentage, they put it out on all stores, and that's it. You have to really have the plan behind it. And if anything goes wrong, if your song gets put into the wrong artist profile on Spotify, they won't really help you. If you want to take down the song, they won't help you. If you want to find a YouTube channel to promote your music and whitelist it so that they make money, they won't help you. So yeah, it's maybe better at the beginning to try and find the label. And as you know, I have this non-profit distribution called Sign Up. It's like a mixture between a label and a distributor. The thing is, you get the advantages of the label because we help you to promote your song. We do it on Spotify. We pitch it to Spotify, to Apple Music. We repost it on SoundCloud if you want to. We can add it to all of our playlists, which have like 4,000 or 5,000 followers. And we also take care if it's on the wrong profile, or if you want to take down the song or change anything about it. And then you of course also got the advantages from the distribution. You get 100%. So if your song makes 200 euros, it's yours. So if you're interested in that, I will link it down below in the description. Again, it's like a non-profit. I started it like 2 years ago just to give young producers the possibility to get their music out there in a proper way, which I never had. I released it with like fake scam labels that took all of the money and never sent me any statements and didn't pay me at all for my work. Learned my lesson. Doing my stuff right now at the moment on my own label. Coming up next is my secret song. And I think that's pretty much it for today. I have now to listen to over 250 submissions, all here in the studio, trying to narrow it down to the top 50. Then the next day, top 20, top 10, and then trying to find the one winner that gets speakers, a release, a splice pack. And I think there was one more prize, I forgot it, but I will make sure that you get it. Thanks a lot for watching. If you want to send in questions for the next Q&A, my Instagram is also linked down below. Thanks a lot. Sign out.